Hello everybody, welcome to How to Make Your Wife Happy and Healthy. Today's episode we have a wonderful vegetable dish, and it's so good and healthy for you, in fact, that you can eat junk food for the rest of the day and you'll be just fine. You want to know what it is? Well, come on everybody, let's get cooking. Today's shout out goes to
Lennon Kitchen.
Thanks, Lennon, for the continued support. Go ahead and look at his links down below. Check out his channel, see what he's got going on. If you want to shout out my next video, stay tuned to the end to find out how. Today our meatless dinner is eggplant tofu with the wonderful tomato sauce on top. Hey, don't be surprised. The tofu is very tasty as well as the eggplant. You'll be surprised at how good this tastes, and you won't even miss the meat. Here are the ingredients. 7 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 14-ounce package extra firm tofu, cubed, 1 large eggplant, quartered and cut into 1/2 inch thick slices, 1 28-ounce can whole peeled tomatoes, drained and chopped, 2 cloves of garlic, crushed, just like my dreams of being a Major League Baseball star, 1 teaspoon chopped fresh oregano, optional, 1/2 teaspoon ground cumin, 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon crushed red pepper, about 3 tablespoons of crumbled feta cheese. Okay, we're going to start off by slicing through our tofu. You notice I'm using the extra firm tofu. I'm just going to cut through the container because that's easiest. And you'll see there's lots of juice in there, so we're going to drain that off. Normally I drain the sink. I want to show you how to drain it, so we're just going to drain it into a bowl. Good enough. Now this is the extra firm tofu. Just want to slice it into the container, rip it open, and pull it out. Extra firm means it's going to be nice and firm. It holds its shape, makes it easy for slices. So I'm going to make slices. I like long slices, because when we fry them, it's easier to flip them over if the slices are nice and long. If they're cubed, it's going to be harder to fry and to know what side to turn it over with. So we're going long slices, and 1 slice down the middle. Let's get a size about, oh yay big. Remember this size. This is about the size we're going to want to have our eggplant as well. So this is about the size we're going to make our eggplant. Nice long. Then, so we're going to set those aside for now. Next thing I'm going to prep is our eggplant. First thing I'm going to do is peel it. Normally, I peel straight into the trash can. But to show you how to peel, I'm going to peel into this bag right here. We have nice long slices. Easy to do. Once you get that first one, the rest aren't hard. We are going to take off this top part. How do you do that? I often just peel off the top like this. You take your knife and cut off the top. Now we'll continue to peel our eggplant. Now that we peel our eggplant, we're cutting the similar slices that we saw to the tofu. Okay, so we're gonna cut off the end. We don't like the end so much. About the same thickness. The thicker ones I want to at least cut in half. And let's go quarters. If you want a bigger slice, you can leave them whole. And we're going to set these aside as well. Next, I'm going to prepare the whole peeled tomatoes. Now I'm using whole peeled tomatoes for this recipe. It's great to use it. You're going to take them out, you're going to have to chop them up. First, we're going to drain it. You can see there's lots of juice in there. We don't want that juice in our dish, so we're going to drain it off. Normally, again, I would drain in the sink, but since I want you to see draining, I'm just going to drain it right into this bowl. Okay, that was mostly drained. Now we need to chop up the tomatoes. Another way to drain them is just to take them out. There's still some juice left over. That one we're going to throw away as well. And we want chopped tomatoes. I'm going to slice in one direction, turn my tomatoes, whatever food I have, and slice in the other direction. Helps them get chopped. The reason why we're using whole canned tomatoes and not pre-chopped is because these ones are usually a little sweeter, taste a little better. They're a different kind of tomato than you usually get from the ones that are already chopped and seasoned. Alright, so let's take a look. Those are chopped up well enough. You can also control how chopped they are this way. And we're going to put these tomatoes and set them into a bowl for use later. Because the tomato juice got all over the place, we are going to clean it up. We're going to wash off the board and wipe up the table. Board washed, table cleaned, ready for the next ingredient. We're going to use oregano. Now you want to just take the leaves. We're going to pull out the leaves that we want. Then we're going to wash them and chop them small. We want about a teaspoon or so of oregano. That looks pretty good. That's going to chop up nicely. Going to wash them now. If you don't have fresh oregano, you can use dried. You might only want to use half a teaspoon of dried oregano. After washing our fresh oregano, we're going to chop it up. There's some nice fresh oregano. We're going to put them right into the tomato dish. We're going to stir it up very soon after we get the other ingredients in there. The garlic will go next. Okay, so now our tomatoes has oregano. Now we're going to add into that the garlic. I'm going to use 3 cloves of garlic. I like to break them apart Break off the outer coating, best I can, to peel them. Don't be ginger with the garlic. Twist and turn because it's going to be chopped up, well, shredded with a cheese grater. Anyway, here's my favorite way to really smash the garlic. 2 small bits. Cheese grater. Run the cheese grater. Run it all through. To this mixture, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. If you're not a big fan of cinnamon flavor, you can even add less, but you do want to have a little cinnamon in there. It adds a nice little tangy flavor that you'll miss if you don't have it. On top of that, we're going to add in our 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. We personally love cumin, so I don't mind to go overboard on it. 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes adds a nice little bite. If you're not happy with the bite, a powerful heat, don't add the red pepper flakes. And to this, a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. If you're adding regular table salt, which is much finer, only add half as much, 1/8 teaspoon. Otherwise, it'll be twice as salty as you need it to be. Once all those ingredients are together, we're going to stir it up and set it aside. We're going to wait to cook everything else first. I'm going to put this marvelous tomato, what am I trying to say? We're going to put this marvelous tomato and spices all over it with the feta to add the great flavor from these tomato and spices. These spiced tomatoes, ooh, I don't like that piece of garlic, it's too big. We'll take that one out. Put it in my trash can to the right. There we go. There we go. Ooh, looking good. Looking good. Smelling cinnamony and spicy. A wonderful combination. All right, now that we got this, we're going to set it aside. If you bought block feta cheese, because it's cheaper and usually is, at this point you could slice it up and crumble it and get it ready to go. You're not going to use it just yet anywhere, but you could do that. I personally found this week that the feta cheese I got was already crumbled, was the same price as the block, so I just went, let's buy the crumbled. Save some time. So let's go to the oven, turn on the broiler, and then let's go to the stove and start cooking. Okay, so I'm going to stop my broiler right now to get it going, because I do not want to pause when I'm cooking. Going from the skillet to the broiler and turn it on, so we're going to have it hot and ready when we're ready to go and put it in. First thing we need to do is cook the tofu. We're going to cook the tofu, and as it gets browned, we're going to put it off onto the same plate with a paper towel. You might not be able to see the heat, but we're at a medium-high heat. Let the pan warm up before adding oil. I think that might have been about 3 tablespoons of oil. I can tell the oil's not hot yet because it's not moving very well in the pan. We're just going to let it go and let it heat up. You can check the pan again. Tilt it back and forth. Oil's a little bit flowing, not well enough. Let it go for a little longer. Once again, let's try it. Let's move it around. Okay, the oil is freely flowing. This is a vegetable oil, so it's going to freely flow. Now I'm going to add in all those tofus. You might hear a slight sizzle as they go in. Maybe not. Okay, and a nice single layer on the pan. I'm gonna get the plate ready to receive the tofu when it's done by adding paper towels. I got my paper towels on the plate ready to soak up the oil from the tofu when it's done. Move around. We're going to use tongs. You could also use chopsticks. They work just as well. Got to make sure the first side gets nice and fried. So we're going to let it sit there probably about 4 minutes or so. Ah, there you go. I'd bring up the camera, but that's what does you like on it. I'm gonna flip them all over. You could technically make them smaller, but I like to have more even frying on them. So I'm going to make sure when I fry my tofu, make them big so I can see more even frying on them. I've also done them about a quarter this size. You just have to watch them all. It's a little harder. Let them all get cooked that way on both sides. But you can just fry it as if you're what am I trying to say? Fried as if you're stir frying, and that works well too. Today I'm going to do double-sided fried. Nice, a little bit of frying on each side. I'm going to take them off. Just to prove to you, that's not because I'm trying my left hand slow. My right hand had trouble as well. There you go. Now another 2 to 3 minutes. It'll be done. We'll set them aside. As we cook in a couple minutes or so, don't be afraid, just pick one up, see what it looks like. See if it's done enough. Ooh, that's done enough. I'm going to start taking them off. Do it in the same order that I flipped them the first time. And again, right onto my paper towel plate so that as I take them off, we can drain all that wonderful oil off of them. There you go. Let's do the rest. Just for your side, because it's my left hand I'm using, it's hard to take them off. My right hand still has trouble. Okay, maybe it's because I'm using my left hand. Still got some oil left. It's wonderful. Gonna add some more oil. Make it up to about a quarter. So maybe another 2 or 3 teaspoons of oil. 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. Now, when we do the eggplant, it is going to soak up oil. If you've ever cooked eggplant, and I cook it all the time because Happy Healthy Wife loves her eggplant, you will know that the eggplant soaks up lots of oil. So I wanted to make sure I had enough oil in there for the eggplant to soak it up. I wasn't as careful with the eggplant to put it in, but we're still going to try and flatten them out just like I have for the tofu. If you take a look, all of a sudden, all the oil is gone. All the oil that was in the bottom of the pan is now soaked up by all of the eggplant. Doesn't matter if you get them all flattened or not. The more you get flattened next to the pan, the better. We're going to cook each about 4 minutes per side. You don't know, one thing I am doing is I am using my tongs to feel the eggplant as well. With them, I can feel how soft or how firm the eggplant is. And that'll tell me where to put them, make sure they're nice and tender. We're looking for a tender eggplant. It'll take about 4 minutes per side when we're doing them in this about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thickness. Also, as the eggplant gets cooked, it's going to get mashed down, if you don't know. When you cook eggplant and any other vegetable, they shrink. If you're not sure if it's cooked yet or not, take a piece, flip it up. You can see it's got some browning on it. So we can start flipping them. How to know when the eggplant is done? We press down on it. It's nice and a little squishy, like that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, now that the eggplant is thoroughly cooked to our liking, we are going to turn off the flame. We're going to add back in the tofu. It's still a little hot. Do some tongs with that. Okay, all the tomatoes are added back. Remember this tomato dish? Now it's time to put it on top. Give one last stir. Let's try and spread it all over top. Man, smell the aroma of the cumin and the cilantro, not cilantro. Cumin, little garlic smell in there, and cinnamon. Smell all those flavors, wonderful. Next, we are going to add on the feta cheese. Now they say about 3 tablespoons. They say about 3 tablespoons, so let's just start putting some in. Using our hands. A nice, desirous amount. However you think is good. Oh, nice cover. Let's see. La, 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 la. How much do I want? You know, you can add a little or less. This is going to be very salty cheese. A very nice flavor. If you've never had it before, it's nice and salty. A little bit more over here. Oh, here's a nice layer of feta cheese, about 3 tablespoons worth. Next, it's time for the broiler to melt the cheese. Now that the broiler all ready to go, it's time to put it in for about 5 minutes. Okay, you want a periodic check on it, as I was doing, because I noticed after about 4 minutes, the nice little browning, blackening on the cheese there. You'll also notice I'm using a hot pack, as that handle is hot. And doubled up because it is really hot. So you can see that nice blackening on the cheese. That is really what you're hoping to go for. A little browning, maybe a little black, cheese a little melted, And now it is beautiful. I had to use some hot pads because it is really hot on the handle. Naturally, it's in the broiler. Now you can serve it like this, and a spatula just scoops them out. Or you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it into a bowl. So I brought over the same bowl that I used actually to save the eggplant in. You can slide it onto a plate just like that if you like. We're just going to mix it all up anyway. So I'm going to put it right into a bowl. Just like that.
Wait for her to go back upstairs. It's not too shabby. Are you already recording?
I'm recording, yeah. Go ahead.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you weren't. Okay. It smells good. Why does it smell good? The tomato makes it smell good. Ah. It tastes better than last time. Maybe my taste buds have evolved. I don't know. The feta cheese makes it taste real good. The eggplant's not too bad. The cheese has this weird kind of chewy texture. I don't know. Why does it taste good? Why do I like it now? I'm not supposed to like it. Tofu? Could have been better. But the rest is good. I don't like tofu. Feta cheese. Are you going to cut into Teddy now?
Nope.
No? Why does it taste good all of a sudden?
It always tastes good.
No.
It tastes really good.
Here we go. What the? I can't get the tofu.
Then don't eat the tofu. Eat it separately.
No way. 2 bites is worse than 1. Not as bad as I thought it was. I mean, the eggplant is very well covered by tomato because the tomato pretty much covers everything. So this whole thing basically tastes like a giant tomato. But one good thing is that the tofu kind of tastes like cheese. It's weird. Not as bad as I thought it was.
The actual cheese.
No, it's tofu right here.
Yeah, you had some tofu and you had some cheese. Eat the cheese by itself.
No, it's tofu.
No, the tofu doesn't taste like cheese. Eat the tofu, okay?
Yeah, it does taste like cheese. Anyways, the tofu doesn't taste like tofu.
It tastes a lot like tofu.
I'll try it together. Let's see. No, that tastes like tofu right there. That is bad. I am done trying this dish.
Happy Healthy Wife Chef Barry here, reminding you to surprise that like button, just like the flavors of our Greek eggplant tomatoes surprise our kids. Leave a comment down below if you ever make this dish or what you might think it would taste like. And in your comment, if you can slip the word black pepper inside, you'll have a chance at a shout out in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified of all my new videos that come out on Mondays. Thanks for watching. Have a happy and healthy day.